one of my least favorite things to do. Wes actually knows this, and this is one of the reasons that he wanted me to be his best man. So he's a really good friend. We'd love to have him. So he wanted an awkward, nervous best man speech. So I'm going to do the best I can to live up to that expectation. And if I do, you can blame him. So I've known Wes for about 5.5 years now. I met him in my freshman year at UK through the Baptist Campus Ministry through my brother Jacob, who became friends with him the year before. And when I first met Wes, I think my initial impression of him was he was a really outgoing guy with an overzealous personality. Being relatively shy and reserved myself, so in the first few times I hung out with Wes, they were kind of awkward for me. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Wes likes to randomly burst out and dance. And he also can be pretty loud, like eating in restaurants, talking with people, especially with your friends. And both of these things kind of draw attention to you. So I should tell a quick story real quick. There was one time after a PM service over at Ashland, a group of us went over to Wendy's to get some food. And as per usual West fashion, we were there for at least 2 hours, kind of joking and laughing and hanging out, and just having a good time. And as we were walking out to leave, JC and I noticed that the table that was behind us group of people, they were applauding our exit. So, that kind of loud. So, yeah, I don't remember when, but over time I started considering Wes more than just one of my brother's friends, but one of my best friends as well. So, according to the WikiHow article I found by Googling how to best man, this part is supposed to be where I expand on groom's virtues. I'm going to touch on 4 characteristics, 4 aspects. I'm going to do something a little stronger, something with more weight to it. 4 branches. Branches are kind of like tree arms if you think about it, right? Not like arms, yeah, 4 arms. The 4 arms of what's his personality that I think
4 legs
represent him, which are his leadership, his quirkiness, his love for international students, and his commitment to God. So people listen to us and tend to follow where he leads. It's a gift that has been granted to him, and he just has a natural affinity for it. You all may think I'm joking, but in fact, like before our Bible study on Sunday mornings at Ashland, people tend to stand in the lobby just talking and hanging out up until the point where Wes starts walking upstairs, and others will go up with him. And him being our designated fun captain kind of add truth to that. So Wes is also a really quirky individual. If you guys don't know that, he's got a lot of quirks. I think 2 of my favorites are his propensity to fall asleep in the most random positions, and his unique kind of food choices. So his positions range from falling asleep on the corner of the bed with his feet dangling and shoes on, to his most recent ridiculous pose of falling asleep sitting on the couch with his legs straight, one leg over the other. He had his hands on his head, one over the other one, and biceps flexed. The chest puffed out. It's like, I don't know who sleeps like this, but apparently Wes does. And as far as getting food, I think Wes has a mission to order the most convoluted thing he can anytime he goes out to eat. For example, at McDonald's, I was with him once and it was something along the lines of, I'll have a sausage biscuit with egg, but instead of the square egg, can I get the round egg? And then also stuff like, what would you like to drink, sir? Oh, can I get like a 4th lemonade and 3/4 sweet tea, but put the sweet tea in first and then give me like 3 ice cubes? On a more serious note, Wes's passion for international students and his commitment to God go hand in hand. Ever since I've known him, he's been helping out and impacting international students. Things from leading weekly Bible studies, driving students to the grocery and church, just being there for them and being a friend, and ultimately just living out the gospel in his daily life. Just reflecting God's love to those around him, sacrificing time, sleep, and energy, but having unwavering joy because of the sacrifice on the cross that Christ gave us. He genuinely lives his life seeking God's glory and unashamedly declaring Jesus is Lord through his words and his actions. I just want to tell you that how thankful I am for you, man. That God put you in my life. You take me under your wing and impacted me more than you could ever know. You're truly like a brother to me, and also a brother that will let me hug him. But seriously, I'm a better person, a more faithful Christian because of the way God's moved in you and used you. And I look up to you a lot, man, and it's not because of your own merit or goodness, but because of how you constantly point me to Christ, encourage me, and challenge me to get out of my comfort zone and grow in my faith. And I know you've done this in my life, but I'm so excited for how much more you're going to be able to do this for the woman that you committed to cherishing for the rest of your life. So I was around when Wes was secretly and very subtly trying to get to know Emily a little better, but with my keen gift of basic observational skills, I could see something was up. But it wasn't until I was in China later that summer that Wes told me that the two of them would be going on a date. And I was really happy that one of my best friends had this girl in his life. I know the rest of my group isn't so smooth with the ladies, myself being the prime example. So it was exciting to see one of us having some success. Over the past year and a half, I've been getting to know Emily a little bit better. And as I've gotten to know her, I've become aware of the awesome, genuine, godly woman that you are. Your abundant hospitality, kindness, humility, love for God, passion for internationals, and joy that you bring West are just a few of the characteristics I admire about you. One of my favorite memories with Emily was some time ago. I think it was maybe December 18th, like 10:22 p.m. A group of us were just out going to get some dinner, and at some point, Wes asked Emily if she had heard about the good news, referring to me. And that's when her eyes got wide, and she said with a smile on her face, "Oh, you have a girlfriend?" And with a mixture of excitement and bewilderment. And at which point I hung my head in shame and pulled out my driver's license that I got earlier that day. So I appreciate the sentiment, Emily, and thank you for believing in me. I'm sure I'm not Charles' relationship is one of the first and my close friends that has been truly committed and God-centered, and I've learned a lot from seeing that. It's been a blessing to have you all as role models for how courtship should be approached as a Christian. I'm so glad Wes has found someone that he's willing to walk on grass for, someone that's going to help him transition from trash bags to hangers for storing his clothes, and also someone that he's willing to clean out the passenger seat of his car for, and instead use the back seat as an officer. But I'm just so happy for both of you, and I'm down honored to be able to be here and kind of share this moment with y'all. I just want to end with a few words of encouragement, followed by a Bible verse. So I just want you all to hear my heart on this. I know you all know this, but continue to stay focused on God. Remember, it's not a sprint, it's an everyday thing. And continue to let there be light in your all's lives. I know life brings pressure, and it's uncomfortable at times, but whatever comes, ask yourselves, what's it all about? And don't go running that rat race, chasing that fool's gold that the world offers. None of us are superhuman. But let the devil know you can't stop him as long as God is on your side. And even though it may feel like a tug of war at times, continue to find peace in the fact that death is died through Christ's victory, and rest on every word that God has given us. And no matter how much it seems like the weight of the world is pulling down on you, know that God can lift you so high up you'll never land. So I just want to end with, finish with Philippians 1, verse 9 through 11. And it is my prayer that your love may abound more and more, with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent, and so be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God. So if everyone can just raise up their glasses now, we'll just toast to Mr. and Mrs. Lynn Wesley now.